I think I've got something really special here. Running the HF2 coil, and this target was very challenged. I'm talking about 01, 02, got a 12, got a 13, got a solid 84. So it kept sort of going and bouncing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now I've got this target out of the hole. And I believe I know what this is. And it is. It's exactly what I thought it was. We're going to have to clean it up. But it's a beauty. I can already tell. We're going to clean it up. It's a 2-piece button. And the HF2 coil came into this site, which I've hunted with multiple machines, including the Manicore, the Deus 2. And this target was very challenged, very challenged. So we're going to clean this off, and we're going to display what I think this button is in just a second. So stay tuned. It's a Confederate button, I'm almost positive. So we're going to look at that, and we'll be right back with you. So there we go. Hang tight. Stop recording. Stop recording.
Michael, what do you think about that? Do you remember that?
It's familiar.
Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing on a Friday night? We're going to tell you what that find was in just a few minutes. And I had the great pleasure of having the great Sasquatch with me. And we appreciate him being with us yesterday to witness that find. And we were running the HF2 coil. And Michael, it was a pretty impressive day, wasn't it?
It was. We didn't get to hunt. Probably, we kind of was dodging rain a lot of the day, but we done good for the little time we got to hunt, didn't we?
Well, we probably hunted 2 hours, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe 2 hours. But this is a spectacular find. It's one that I'm going to remember for a while. So I wanted to share that. We're going to reveal that. But welcome to Friday night. Thank you guys for being here. Glad to have my main buddy, Mr. NC Relic Hunter, Mr. Michael Coley himself with us tonight. And we've got a great show. We got a great giveaway tonight. And I know a lot of you might be joining tonight for the first time for the giveaway, but should be a good one. We've got a Nocta backpack that we're going to be giving away along with a finds pouch and a premium digger. So you guys are in for a great giveaway tonight. And this is all brought to us by LMS Metal Detecting, Mr. Mike Howe. You see his information scrolling across the bottom. And we appreciate Mike for being a great supporter of our channel and for the great and fantastic giveaway for tonight's show. So we got a jam-packed session. We're going to talk a little bit about the HF2 and what Michael and I have seen over the last week or so. So it should be a good show for that. And hopefully you learned something along the way. And we're going to dive into a whole bunch of other things, metal detecting related as well. And we've got a lot to talk about. So we're going to start in. Michael, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, have you had a chance to take a look at that bag from Nocta?
Well, I got a picture of it. So, and it was featured on the thumbnail for the YouTube channel. So hopefully everybody got to see it, but it looks really, really nice. I've been told by Mike, it's really well built. It's got a lot of nice pocket features to it. It's waterproof. It's got plenty of pocket space in it. You can put like maybe two, possibly 3 detectors in it. So very big backpack that you can take with you for your next metal detecting adventure. And as we get closer and closer to the fall and to the winter, you guys are going to be going on these little walks to some of these permissions, and maybe through the woods, or maybe you're just going backpacking, or maybe you just want to store all your stuff in a backpack, and maybe you're getting on an airplane. So this is going to be a great giveaway to have that Nocta backpack. But Michael, let's do like we always do. We got to start with our great audience that we have here tonight. We got Mr. Old Pelon here. Says, good evening, Brian. Glad to have Old Pelon in the house. Mr. Ferris Grump, always a pleasure to have him with us. Again, both guys are regulars on here. DK1 Detect says in here. Appreciate DK1 joining with us. We got Mr. Chris. Says, good evening, Michael and Brian. We appreciate Chris being in here. We got Mr. Doug Atkins, always a great supporter of the channel. Mr. Sniff It Out, all the way from Southwest Pennsylvania. Glad to have you in here with us tonight. Mr. Detect Meister here from Ireland. He's a regular on the show. Glad to have Detect Meister. We got Mr. CZ Digger in the house. Glad to have him with us. Appreciate CZ being in here. Always great to have him, and he's a wealth of information as well. We've got Mr. LC Hunt with us. Appreciate LC being in here. Thank you, LC, as always, joining in with us. Mr. Keegan is in the house. Glad to have Keegan joining in with us. We got Mr. Richard Pelkey, always a regular here. We appreciate Richard. Mr. Trevor Van Horn is in here. Glad to have Trevor with us tonight. Appreciate you being here, Trevor. Mr. Danny N is in the house. Glad to have Danny N with us. We've got Joe Dirt in the house. Always a regular as well. We got Mr. Brian Thomas with us. Glad to have Brian. I love the Gamecock logo, as always. South Carolina, true and proud. That's the way we are. Tesh Ridge Digger in the house. Glad to have Tesh Ridge. He's always here with us as well. We got Mr. Brad in the house. Glad to have you here with us tonight, Brad. We've got Miss Aggie Hall, Detecting Adventures. Glad to have Aggie with us. And we know what Aggie's up to, don't we, Michael?
Yeah. You might win.
Yeah, we got old Mr. Ricky Bennett in the house. Ricky's got that Georgia Bulldog. Go dog. Woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo. Yeah. So glad to have Ricky with us. Gary and the Goose is in here tonight. Glad to have Gary. He's a regular on here as well. 513 Diggs is in the house. Glad to have 513. We got Mr. Prospectors Cash, and we wanted to say hopefully everything is going great for you, buddy. We've been praying for you and hope things are getting better in your neck of the woods in Texas. As some of you may not know, Prospectors Cash went through the flooding that they had in Texas, and he did lose his home. So we're all thoughts and prayers are with him, and we appreciate him being here tonight with us. Mr. Digging Dude is in the house. Glad to have him all the way from New York City. Thank you for being here tonight. Andy, Surfside Dan is in here. He said was going to go to the beach, but it got rained out. So he came on and enjoyed the show. We're going to be detecting real soon together, so I'm looking forward to being with Surfside Dan very, very, very soon. So glad to have him here. We got Mr. Relics and Rings in the house. Glad to have Relics and Rings with us. Appreciate you being here tonight. All the way from Utah, I believe that's where Relics and Rings is. Mr. Bo Hood is in the house. Hey, from the upstate of South Carolina. Love the upstate area. Used to live there myself. Thank you for being here tonight, Bo. Appreciate you joining in. Mr. Workman's Adventure is in the house. Says good evening. Glad to have Workman's Adventure with us. Again, another regular on our show. We got Mr. Jason Brock from Ohio. Glad to have Jason with us. Thanks for joining in tonight. We got Mr. Carson Chris. Glad to have Carson Chris in the house with us tonight. Thank you for joining in, Carson Chris. So, Michael, we had a heck of a day yesterday.
Did you get Old Timer 50?
Did I miss Old Timer 50? Oh, I hadn't gotten all the way down to the bottom. Glad to have Old Timer 50. I thought I was done. So he must have just popped in. So we had a heck of a day, though, yesterday. Right, Michael?
That's right.
So, Michael, before I sort of show, and I've got another video clip I'm going to share with you guys. Let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing out of the HF2. Let's try to clear up some of the misconceptions that some people are throwing out there. But we want to make sure that you hear it from us, people that use the machine out in the field. We want to make sure you hear what we're showing and what we're saying. So, Michael, tell them your assessment as far as what you saw yesterday and what you've seen in the previous weeks.
I mean, to me, hadn't had a problem running that coil. Everything's ran smooth. I mean, it's handled EMI great. As you know, we were hunting around an area that had, it was pretty bad. EMIs even, we were even get some chirps with the Manicore. But that HF2 coil, it ran pretty quiet. I don't know how. I mean, we've went back to spots that we've hunted. I don't know if it's the software, if it's the coil, but we found stuff in these areas that I know we've walked over many times. So
Right.
I don't know what it is, but
And what made yesterday so special is that Michael and I were both running the HF2 coil. So we just want to tell you guys a little bit, give you sort of the setup. Well, I had been to this same place on Wednesday and hunted the whole place with the Manicore. And didn't do bad. I mean, I found some things, and I'm going to show that in the video. But I came back the next day with Michael. Michael knows the story. I was so dehydrated from the day before because it's so hot here in South Carolina. I had sweated to death, and I really didn't even feel like metal detecting, but I wanted Michael to have a good time, and I wanted Michael to be able to go out and have fun. So when I first got there, what did I do, Michael, when I first got there?
Get your chair out, sit down a while.
I got my chair. So I didn't even metal detect for probably the first 45 minutes at least. And so Michael went out and started running the HF2. Well, he started hunting over some areas that I had walked the day before with the Manicore. And tell them what your first find was, Michael.
The first find was I found a flat button and I found a shield nickel. I can't remember which one was first, but I think the flat button was first, right?
Right. And then you dug what? A shield nickel, right?
A shield nickel just a few feet away.
Right. And so that got me thinking, well, Michael's finding some stuff, so maybe I should start hunting. And so I picked up my machine. I did it sort of reluctantly, but I said, I'm going to go out and run it. And we walked over the same area twice, and then I decided that I was going to change my settings up a little bit. And what I decided to do was I decided to run a negative silencer, which I had done before when they basically released the software update. But I hadn't done it with the HF2 coil that much. And so I decided to run negative silencer. I switched up my programs. I got out of fast. I went to deep high conductor, and I started running that. And I dug a button, and I'm going to show y'all that button too in just a minute. And it was a 2-piece button, which really got me thinking. And I'm going to show you why that button is so important to what I believe the HF2 coil was doing with the negative silencer. You'll understand when you see the button when it comes out of the ground. And then I dug this other video that you just saw as we sort of led into the show tonight. And so I believe the negative silencer played the difference in this. And I believe that we missed both of these buttons, even though I know both of us have walked over them before, but with different settings. We were running something totally different. And the switching up of the settings and I ran deep high conductor. And I know you guys are going to think this is crazy, but I ran the discrimination up really, really high, but I ran the -1 silencer. I ran the discrimination all the way up to 60, which was, some people might not like that, but that's what I did. And I ran the -1 silencer. And I believe running the higher discrimination and that negative silencer, I think, really played the difference in us finding these two buttons that I'm going to show in just a second. Michael, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think, it seems like you were doing better. I started out running I think 1 for a silencer, and you were running the -1. I think you were doing a little bit better as far as unmasking. So I ended up dropping mine down to -1. But I think the buttons that you found, the signal was not the best signal, but it was good enough to dig. And I don't know if you would have dug that if it wouldn't have been for that negative silencer.
And I think that too. And I know that I walked that site with the Manicore the day before. So that's what's really got me very, very intrigued. And we're going to see how this all plays out. I'm going to use it again coming up this weekend. So maybe I pull out something that I missed on this other site where I dug that slave tag or slave badge. When I go to that site, if I find something that I know we've walked that site to death, so that's going to be interesting to see if that setup's going to work. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys to sort of set you up for what the find actually was, but to make you realize, and you heard me in the video say, look, this is all over the place, sort of, and this wasn't a clean signal. The audio was fairly decent on it, but it was enough to make me dig it. And of course, you know, when you go to a site that I've been hunting the site for 4 years, by the way, 4 years. But when you go to a site that you've hunted a few times and you know it's been hunted really, really hard, then you're going to start digging some of those dodgy and iffy signals. And this one turned into one of those dodgy, iffy signals, and it turned out to be, you know, probably one of the best finds I've had. But of course, I've had a few over the last few months, really. But this one is a special one, and it's one that is highly sought after. So I do want to show that. So we're going to share that right now, Michael, and Michael knows what it is. And let's get that up on the screen, Michael. If I can find it, let's go here. Hang on 1 second, guys, and we're going to share this find. Might take me 1 second. I had it up, but apparently StreamYard's not working the way I want it to. So y'all bear with me for 1 second, and we will get this up on the screen. If I can find it, Michael. What did I do? There it is. All right. So there it is. And let's add that. And there it is, Michael. Does everybody know what that is? Let's see. Yes. So this is a Confederate cavalry button from the Civil War. And I did not expect it to be that. What did I think it was going to be, Michael?
I thought it was going to be a block eye button. That's what you thought it is.
I thought it was a block eye at first when I pulled it out of the dirt. But that is a Confederate cavalry button. Probably one of the rarest of the rare. And it's in great shape. And Michael got to witness me digging it, and that's what made it even more fun because we could celebrate together, couldn't we, buddy?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was surprising. It really was, especially where you found it at too.
Right, and we knew that both of us had walked over that site, so that's what made it intriguing. And I don't believe that the other machines would have hit this. I believe if I'd have filmed it all the way through, which I hate that I didn't, I think it was the perfect example of what this HF2 coil could possibly do in a heavy iron trashy site. I think it really shows what it's capable of. Don't you think so, Michael?
I do, because I mean, like you said, the signal, it was a little jumpy, and we know why. There was a lot of iron around it, but I can't say that. I don't know if the other machines would have picked it out. You know, it was a compromised signal for sure, but it was enough where you dug it, you know? Yeah.
Well, it was, and it was just a phenomenal dig. And I hate that I didn't film it all the way through, but again, I tried to sort of tell you guys what I was seeing and what actually happened. And this is a very valuable button too, by the way. And it's one that, you know, I never would have dreamed. When I dug that hole, I never would have dreamed that it was going to be a button, and I never would have dreamed it would have been this button. So that's what's really got me sort of stoked about what I saw out of the HF2 coil. So real quick before we start talking about the other button that I dug, which it's not as impressive as this one, but I'm going to show you why I think it's impressive in just a second. So Michael, we're getting a lot of comments about the price is going up from XP.
Right.
And right now, I mean, I wish I had some information, but right now I do know there is going to be a price increase. How much of a price increase it's going to be, I don't know. And I don't think any of us know this yet because you don't know what's going to happen between the European Union and with us. And if they negotiate, all of this could go straight out the window. But there's a possibility that some of it could be applied. And I believe the tariff increase was supposed to be 30%. Now, I'm not sure, whether that's going to stick. Maybe the European Union comes back and they negotiate and that gets sort of turned around. I do not know. I don't want anybody to say I said, hey, it's going to be 50%. Hey, it's going to be 30%. I don't think any of us know at this point. My suggestion is to be patient and just see what happens. So, again, we'll see. And maybe we'll know something probably after next week is what I think it's going to be. So maybe there's going to be some things that are negotiated, but, just be patient with it and just see what happens. Don't get too worked up over it because all of that could change and you just never know. So I wouldn't get too worked up over it and we'll see what happens. So again, let's get to some of these comments as we've talked about some of the settings. CC Digger says -1 works well with the 9-inch coil too. Right. I've run the silencer at -1 with the 9-inch coil, and Michael and Mental Metal were actually with me. What did I do that day, Michael, when I used that -1 with the 9-inch coil?
Oh, you did quite a few buttons.
I took a bunch. So I have full faith in -1 silencer. So I don't believe that you're going to lose that much. You might dig a tad more iron, just simply because you're opening the machine up. But running that higher discrimination might be taking care of some of that too. So that's an option that you could possibly look at. I'm not telling you to do that, but it is something that has worked for me on my sites and really trashy sites. And there's another YouTuber that actually been to this site that actually said this site was hunted out. He wasn't going to go back to that site. Well, guess what? I've been back to that site twice already in the last 3 months and had some phenomenal finds come off of that site running the HF2 and running the 9-lamp Manicore. So again, never say never and never think a site is completely hunted out. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell everybody for sure. So yes, thank you guys for the kind words about the fun. Yeah, it's one of my favorite for sure. And Surfside Dan wanted to know that's where I was heading, Brian. Yeah. So yeah, Prospector's Cache says that is an awesome find. It sure was. It was definitely a good one. And just remember, go out, hunt with what you like, run the settings you like, try to set your machines up for the places that you hunt, and you'll always come out on top. But we were running a high discrimination of 60. We were running our silencer at -1. We were running the frequency max on the HF2 coil at 53 kilohertz. We ran square audio too, and that was the other thing. And we were using deep high conductor as our base program when we dug this button. So if that helps anybody that has the HF2 and you want to try those settings, then by all means, take them out and try them. Let me know how they work for you. They may not, and they may work perfect for you. I just know that they've worked phenomenal for me, and these are the kinds of finds that I've been sort of blessed with running those types of settings. So again, if you have the HF2, then go by all means, try that out if you want to. If you don't, no harm, no foul. I mean, you don't have to, but those settings did work for me on the sites that I hunt. So, Michael, what do you think about those settings?
It seemed to run good. It ran stable. I did dig a couple of nails, but they were bigger nails and they were bent. But I mean, as far as that, you're always going to dig a couple of pieces of flat iron every once in a while. But we didn't really have, we were hunting pretty heavy iron. So
yeah.
It ran pretty good. Like I said, it ran stable.
The other thing was, and Michael knows this too, this site has a lot of EMI when you get closer to the road. Right. And I actually went over there and I dug another find over there too that I wouldn't have gotten to if I wouldn't have had the HF2 coil. The Manicore ran very erratic closer to that road. This coil did not, and I was able to find a really nice suspender clip over in that area. And it was mainly because I had the HF2 coil. So again, another plus for the HF2.
Well, there was actually an electric fence. I mean,
Yeah,
and it was surprised that we could hunt really close, pretty close to it.
Yeah, we sure did. I forgot about that, Michael. You're right. So yeah, the HF2 close to that electric fence, it didn't even phase it. I want to shout out to my main buddy there, Mr. Ferris Grump. Thank you so much for the donation. Those donations go straight back into our channel. They bring this live stream to you guys. They pay for shipping on giveaways, and we've got a lot of giveaways coming up in the near future from multiple companies. So stay tuned for that. So we got a lot of things going on, and those donations, like what Ferris Grump just did, definitely help make this show possible, and we appreciate him for doing that as well. So thank you so much, Ferris Grump. We appreciate that so much. Prospector's Cash says HF2 underwater is working great here in Texas streams. Can't wait to start hunting with it soon. Yeah, go out and use it. It's definitely worth. It's definitely been worth the wait for sure for us. I've been having trouble finding time to detect and running out of spots in the shade. That's the way I am. And y'all saw, I don't know if you noticed on that video, Michael, was I sweaty yesterday?
Yeah. Wet. Every now and then we get a little rain shower and cool us off, or wind off a thunderstorm. But other than that, it was hot.
It was hot. It was hot, wasn't it, Michael?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to tell y'all this next video, and I'll tell y'all why this video was so impressive too. So let's watch this one, Michael.
Down here in the hole, and we just popped it out. And I think we got us a button. And not real sure. It's definitely an old one. Definitely an old one. Looks like it's got something bonded to it. There's the shank pushed in on it. I'm wondering if this is a two-piece button. This piece is bonded to it. All right, we'll try to clean that up and show it to you, so stay tuned. Stop recording.
All right, so you guys heard me say that there's something bonded to it. It was a piece of iron that was bonded to this button. So you can imagine what the machine is telling us. What do you think it was telling us, Michael?
Well, we know there was iron around the hole, but it was telling us iron and non-ferrous, mixed there. But there was so much iron there. I mean, you could dig a hole and you would dig several nails out of the hole. But it's not surprising. But it was some, digging that button with iron fused to it. It's and it was able to pick that out. That's pretty special.
Yeah, I thought it was very special. So I'm gonna share this picture. So there's what it looked like after I sort of cleaned off. You guys can see it is a two-piece button, and notice the big old glob of iron that it was bonded to it. And I had to work like heck trying to get that piece of iron off. Of course, the iron is, like I said, I believe it's the shank that had been pushed through the button. Don't you, Mike?
I think it was, but I think there was a little more iron to it than that also.
Yeah, I think so too. And so, I just really, and this signal, I dug this button right before I dug that cavalry button. And this signal was ringing up weird like that cavalry button. And that's why I dug the cavalry button. If I hadn't dug this button, I would have never dug the cavalry button, because I saw how it was reacting in the ground. And I noticed that those signals were a little bit jumpy when they were mixed with that iron or mixed with something else. And even though the audio was still there and I was still getting the VDI, I was still getting the target IDs of an 80, I think this one was an 80 or 81. And it's a flower button, which you guys can see the little flowers on it. So
yeah, we were really hoping, because where we dug it at, it was pretty much all Civil War buttons. But
yes. Yes. And so that was crazy. So I want to show y'all that. Now y'all saw it with that piece of iron bonded to it. And finally I got most of the iron off of it. And there's what it looked like once I got that big glob of iron off of it. And I know that doesn't look like much. And I know people say, well, all you dig is buttons or whatever people think. But that button was a learning button. That was a button that I actually realized that the machine was reacting a certain way with the mixed iron and how it was giving me the target IDs. It was a lesson button that led me to that cavalry button. And again, you learn on every dig. And this was a learning experience out in the field that I had when I dug this button. And so it really sort of gives us a perspective for the next find or the find after that. And yes, it's a two-piece button. I did get that piece of iron, but you can see how the shank was sort of pushed through on that. And we were running the same settings that we used when we dug the cavalry button on the very next find after that. But I probably would have never dug the cavalry button if I hadn't have dug this button. That's the point I want to try to make to you guys and get you to understand. Every hole is a learning experience. Pay attention to what you're hearing. Pay attention to what you're seeing on those screens. And that's my tip of the day, Michael. Pay attention to the audio and pay attention to what you're seeing on the screen on pretty much every hole, because it's a chance to learn something that maybe you didn't know before. So it was a great learning experience, and it led me to a find, a beautiful find.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, Michael?
I was impressed with that. I really was. To pick it out of the iron and with the iron stuck to it, it's pretty. It's like I said, I think it's doing something pretty special. And Relics and Rings is right. It seems like, that software is getting better as they go. Especially
and I think I mentioned this before. I am doing some testing for XP, and I've gotten some different versions of software than the public, but I'm just impressed with it. I'm just going to be honest with especially what I've seen over the last. So let me put this into perspective. So in the last, Michael? The last 3 weeks, last 4 weeks, I've dug a Nova constellation, okay, on a site that I'd hunted, okay, the first coin ever minted by the U.S. government. I dug a police officer's button, also a find that I've never found from somewhere between 1850 and 1870. I dug part of a slave badge, which is one of the rarest ones that you could have possibly dug. That dates to 1803. And now I've dug a cavalry button from the Civil War. And all of that has happened within the last 3 weeks for the most part. And all of it was done with the HF2 coil on sites that I have hunted. The one site over a year now, and this site was over 4 years old that I have hunted. So I really honestly believe there are some special things going on with this coil. And I do believe you can go back into a hunted out site that you think's hunted out and probably pull a couple of things. Now, I'm not saying you're going to walk out of there with a boatload of artifacts, but what I am saying is there may be a few really, really nice artifacts laying in all of that iron. And you definitely, if you get this coil, you definitely want to take it back to some of those sites and try to set it up to where you can find some of these things like what I just found. So those are some things too. Yes, good tip, Brian. I'm still learning length of the tones are very helpful, right? And I ran square audio, and Michael was not running square audio, and that might have been a difference too. But I don't know, Michael. What do you think, square versus PWM?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it was more I really think it was more that negative silencer, the -1, that really helped in that iron. I do.
Right. And Carson Chris is exactly right. They're gonna keep trying to improve and make things better. And I think that every single time that they try to improve it, they're getting closer and closer and closer to taking this thing out of beta. We know that they've been working on target IDs, so that's something that we've talked about a little bit. I think they're doing a lot of other things too that a lot of us don't know what they're doing, but they're doing some things that are making it run a little better each and every time. And Michael knows each and every time. Michael dug one of his first. He dug a seated silver quarter a couple of weeks ago running the HF2 coil. So I believe that every time that it goes out, it's finding some really amazing things on some sites that we have hunted very, very hard with our other machines. And this coil is, I believe, still doing something really special.
Right.
Gary Holt says, I think that sites that you hunt over and over each time, you go hunting them with more intensity to try to find something. That's true too. But sometimes you go in there with the exact opposite. You go in there saying, I'm not going to find anything, right, Michael?
Yeah, that's true.
He said, Gary, you're right. It can go both ways. I've gone into this, like yesterday, I didn't really even want to hunt. Did I, Mike?
No, you did.
I was not fired up about hunting.
And I knew you were going to hunt.
He said he knew I couldn't resist it. But I was so dehydrated, guys. I don't know. For those of you that live in the South, you know what this humidity is like. Well, try living in coastal South Carolina and experience humidity. It's the worst. I mean, you will sweat. I was completely soaked by the time we finished yesterday, and we got rained on too a couple of times too, right, Michael?
Yeah, we did.
Right.
It actually felt good. It was like a mist one time, and it was a little breeze with it.
Right.
It felt good.
Right. And Ferris Grump was bringing up a good point about the tones and the tone length. PWM gives more of a shorter tone, right, Michael? And square and high square tend to give a little bit long or drawn out tone. So if you were coming over from a mine lab, you might lean a little bit more towards the square and the high square. If you've been using a Deus 2 or Deus 1 and you're coming into the XP Deus 2, then you're probably gonna like that PWM. It does give you a little more information as far as the audio goes. And that's the reason why we like PWM, but I was running square yesterday and it paid off for me big time. And, you use what your ears are accustomed to. If you feel more comfortable with PWM, then by all means run PWM and run square. If you like square and you like that audio, then go run that and go find some things with it. So let's see what else we got. Digging Daryl says, are the tariffs keeping the coils from coming into the States? Digging Daryl, that's a question I can't answer. I believe that XP is trying to meet the demand of the coil because I know there's a very, very, very high demand. And so I think they had an initial batch made. I don't know this for a fact. This is just my guessing. I think they had an initial batch made of coils. And once that shipment ran out, I think they were in the process of trying to build back up and then ship the next bunch until they get everything ramped up to pop these coils out a lot faster. That's just my guess. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm guessing at this point. I don't think the tariffs are going to hold them up because I know they want to get these coils to the U.S. as we're one of their bigger markets. So I would think that that's not going to hold them back. But again, we don't know what's going to happen with these tariffs. So if there is a price increase, there's going to be a price increase. If they negotiate over the next week, then there may not be any price increase. That's all I'm going to say to you guys, because I really don't know, and I don't think any of us know at this point what's going to happen. But I am going to tell you, is it worth the $3.99? Well, right now to me, it has been, because I got to use it in some certain situations, which I've been saying it is a situational coil. Right, Michael? I mean, you tell the audience your experience. I know they can hear from me all day, but you're a little bit different.
If you're hunting in heavy iron, trashy areas, or around, wooded areas where you got to get in tight spots, it works great. And that's where we used it most of the time. We stayed in iron. If you're getting in more open ground, I'll either run the 9, 11, or the Manicore. But in those iron infested areas, where or tight areas, it works great.
Right. Brian asked a great question, Brian. That is a super question, and I did not say this, and I'm glad you brought that up. What was I running? I was running a 2-tone program. So Michael and I have sort of been playing around with this 2-tone program, and I really like what I'm seeing with the 2. I like it a little better than pitch, and here's the reason why. I think I get better audio clarity with 2 tones than I do with pitch. I think pitch, to me, it basically all sounds the same. Some of it can be a little bit different, but you get that more smooth. When you get over a higher conductive target, I think you get a more smooth sound, more so than you get with pitch. Even though I like pitch, and that's what I cut my teeth on when I first started using an XP machine. I don't know. I think the audio on this new software, and I'm going to say this too, I think the audio is much improved over previous versions. Don't you think the audio is a little better, Michael?
I do, and I'm with you. It is a smoother tone running that 2 tones, and also there's more nuance to me in that, as far as being able to tell, hey, this is a piece of trash, or this is falsing iron. You can tell. I think you can determine a little bit better in that 2-tone. I can pitch.
So Certified Dan says, I like pitch because it jumps out at you. Okay, Dan, well, if it jumps out at you, I want you to think about this for a minute. What does it sound like? A lot of big iron jumps out at you running pitch as well. And you can tell big iron running pitch, but but if you don't have the ear for it, it'll sort of sound good, won't it, Mike?
Here's another thing about that. It does jump out at you up to a certain depth. When you go and you're picking out deeper targets, then it really kind of nulls it down a lot on those deeper targets. It's harder to tell, whereas the 2-tone on a deep target, it really doesn't do that.
Right. And I just think, and Dan, and I'm going to try to help Dan out when we go out hunting on Sunday, but I think if Dan ran the 2-tone program, I think what he's going to see is he's going to see that more smoother signal, especially over those higher conductive targets. I think you're going to be able to tell, and you can even tell too on the lower conductive targets as well. I think it smooths it out. Now, I'll agree with Dan. I probably would have liked, and I still like pitch, don't get me wrong, but I would have liked pitch on 2.0 and 1.1. I could have run pitch and been just fine with it. But I think this new version of version 3 software, I think the audio has improved significantly to where we're hearing a better audio than what we had heard in previous versions. At least that's what I think. And I've been told that by XP that the audio has been improved. So that's something too that you guys can take a look at and see what you like. Again, try pitch. If pitch works for you and you feel comfortable with it, then by all means use it. But what I'm saying is, look at 2 tones. And I know some people would argue and they would say, well, you don't need to be switching around from different tone options and so on. Michael, has that ever stopped you when you go to different tone options?
Well, it's not a big jump, going from pitch to 2 tones, because it's really hey, you either got a good signal or you're going to dig it or you're not. It's to me, it's not that big of a jump or a change. But But you know, they've talked about the HD audio with this new software and this coil, and I think you can really tell it more, like we talked about, in either 2, 3, 4, 5 tone configuration than you can with pitch or even full tones.
Right.
But
well, and again, guys, I don't want anybody to think I'm forcing two tones on them. But what I am going to say is, give it a listen. Just see what it sounds like. If you don't like it, then it's no big deal. But if pitch is your thing, use pitch by all means. But I have seen a difference, I believe, in the audio running that two-tone program. And what I do with the two-tone is on that first tone break, I set up everything around the 212 range frequency for you guys that set your tone breaks. I run the volume down a little bit lower. And then what I do on the second tone break is I jack it all the way up. I've even run it all the way up into the highest 900s that I can run it into, or I'll run it right at that low 900 of high 800 range, where I can really hear those really good targets. And that's why I'm running my discrimination so high. So everything above 60 is going to sound in that 900 frequency range. Everything below 60 is going to sound in that 212 range. Now, I could lower it down. Actually, if I were looking for Revolutionary War buttons or pewter buttons, I might lower it down to 50 or 45, which would probably be a good place to run it. But that's why I've been running that discrimination up a little bit higher. So you're definitely seeing a big change running it that way. And I've tried it both ways. I've tried low discrimination and low silencer. I mean, I've even tried that, and it actually, I could still dig a lot with it. Michael's seen me do that before, and but you probably are going to dig more iron if you're really in an iron contaminated site. So I think the option of running a higher discrimination, or maybe you don't want to run a higher, maybe you want to run higher notch. You could actually do that too, and probably accomplish the same thing with running that silencer down and still get the unmasking capabilities as well. So I think you could do it either way. But again, that's something that you guys are going to have to test out and see how it goes for you. But there's a lot of different options. And that's the great thing about XP machines, is all the options that you do have that you can play around with to set your machine up for the way you want. What do you think about that, Mike?
Well, I think I agree with you. And we're running that disc higher is going to help if you're in a spot with a lot of small pieces of aluminum or lead,
right?
And you don't want to dig all that. Running that higher disc, it really just lets you concentrate on the larger higher conductors, mid to higher conductor signals.
Right.
And that helps out a lot. You're not constantly digging, or you're not getting as much ear fatigue listening to every little
bleep and bloop that's out there, right, Michael?
That's right.
Joe Dirt, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Again, that helps us out, and that makes our channel go and helps us bring all the great prizes, giveaways, the live stream, our adventures, all of those things go straight back to the channel. And again, we appreciate that so much. Thanks for being a great supporter. Thank you so much, Joe Dirt. Gary Hull says, learning how to use your detector with all of its different features and options is just as exciting as finding, except that's exactly right. Go out there, and my suggestion is test a little bit, and then go out and try what you saw in a test garden, and then try what you saw out in the field. Because every site is going to be different, and when you dig a hole and you dig a target, pay attention to what you're doing. Look at the target IDs. Look at how the audio sounded. Look at the orientation as much as you can when you actually get the target out of the ground, get it close to getting it out of the ground. Look at all of those things, because all of those things are learning experiences that can help make you a better detectorist and help you with the next situation. Just like what I told y'all with that target that I dug. I dug that button with that iron bonded to it, but I probably would have never dug the cavalry button if it hadn't been for that first target. So every hole is a learning experience for us all, and take advantage of those learning experiences. Gather as much data as you can. Try different settings, try different coils, try different machines on your sites. You're going to be the benefit of all of that. And that's something that I strongly believe in. And, even different tones. I know some people feel like, well, you got to stick with one set of tones, but that's not necessarily true. You could run a different tone option that maybe appeals to your ears a little better, or something that you feel like you're going to get along with. Try them out. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great to experiment. Every time out is a great learning experience. Ferris Grump says, on the beach, I dig 38 and above unless I get a bobcat. That's right. Yeah, you can dig some of the hay. And some of those low signals like that can turn out to be unbelievable things too. That's the thing you got to keep in mind.
Yeah.
And History Digger's on here, good friend of mine, Mr. Rob Rizzo. He says another day is two audio hallmark is what some call edge audio. The subtle change in tone as you move the coil just outside of the target center zone is super informative, and he's exactly right. Definitely. Thank you, History Digger, for sharing that. Dirt Devil says hi. I'm glad to have Dirt Devil in here. Hopefully he's doing good. He's got him a mana core, and I think you got you an HF2 coil too, Dirt Devil, I believe. So, or you got one coming. So hopefully you've been able to get out and find some things as well. Prospector's Cash says, along with your silencer tip, I like full tones with offset of 15. That seems to give great unmasking. Right, you run that offset up, it definitely will change the audio. And I don't know if any of you have tried that, but full tones has definitely been one of my favorites. And I love full tones as well. And something that I've used for a long time on that Deus too. So I'm with Prospector's Cash on that. Thank you so much. Thanks for Chris for saying that. Make sure you hit that yes. If you're in here tonight, you're liking what you're hearing, and we're passing out some great information, please hit that like button. We would definitely appreciate it. Carson Chris says it's like a new detector. I agree with you, Carson Chris. It is. And I know we spent a lot of time on the XP machine, but it is. With this new version of the software and some of the things they're doing with the HF2 coil, I think we are seeing some really big improvements over what we had in the past. So, and again, I know some of you might have been a little bit leery of updating to the new beta. My suggestion would be go ahead and do it. Get ahead of the learning curve. Get familiar with the programs and some of the changes, so that you can go out when the final version comes out. You can go out and you'll be ahead of the curve, and you'll sort of know what you're doing with it. But again, I understand some of you may be saying, well, it's a beta version. It's got bugs. It's got this. It's got that in it. And that's true too. But when the final version does come out, if you've already downloaded that beta version, then you're going to have sort of a head start on some people that didn't. And that can be huge for some people. So keep those things in mind. Thank you, Natural Farmer. He says, happy Friday. Glad to have you in here tonight. So Prospector's Cash says, well, how about some Nocta news? Well, we have reached out to Nocta, and the only thing I can tell you is I know those two machines are coming. We talked about it last week. The pulse induction machines, I know they're coming, and I know Delic has said that she's going to come on here once they release those machines. So we will have her on here. We've got some great guests lined up coming in August and September. So stay tuned for that. Those we're going to have some super, super great guests. We got Detecting with Jess coming on, Michael. And she's a fairly new detectorist, but she has jumped onto the scene in the UK. So we're going to have another UK detectorist, female detectorist, who's going to be on here with us coming up in a couple of weeks. So definitely go check out her channel. We got some great giveaways from XP that are coming too, Michael. Do you know what those giveaways are, Michael?
I've seen a couple of things that you got.
Oh, we got the new XP hat, Michael.
I know, I like that hat better.
Yeah, hat. Woo! Finally, we got rid of the big old, the the thing that jacks up on the top of your head. So yeah, a beautiful XP hat. We're going to be giving away some of these hats coming up. We've got a 240 backpack, Michael, that we're going to be giving away from XP coming up real soon. We probably are going to be doing that when we have Jess on the show. So you guys definitely want to be here for that. Those backpacks are very, very nice. Just like the one that we're giving away tonight from LMS Metal Detecting, Mr. Mike Howell. And again, his information is scrolling across the bottom. If you want to check out what Mike has in his store, you can actually go to my channel now, and Mike's store is listed in my channel as well. So if there's something you're looking for, Mike can get you hooked up. He's out of Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, and he can get you hooked up with anything you need metal detecting related. And we appreciate Mike. Mike is the official sponsor of our giveaway tonight for this Nocta backpack, fines pouch, and premium digger. So you're going to get all of that if you win. You must be in the United States. And I believe everybody in here is from the United States except for the Techmeister. So again, that's going to be coming up too as well. So we just had someone mention, they said, hey, what about the tip of the week? And we know we can't have a show without having the tip of the week, can we? Michael? You there?
That's right. Yeah, I'm
You're
here.
over there watching
I think I got a storm coming up.
He's paying attention to the Braves, guys. He definitely is.
No, I'm not. I think there's a storm coming up. It's thundering.
Right. Brian Thomas says hitting the like button, folks, helps the channel. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for reminding everybody. Carson, Chris, thank you for the donation. Again, all those donations go straight back into the channel. Helps us support and give away and do all the things that we do, the shipping, the live stream, the cameras, everything that you see are things that all of that goes back to. So, again, we appreciate that so much, Carson, Chris. Thank you so, so much. Dirt Devil Detective said, did they release? They have not. I believe you guys are on 3.04. So there could be something coming. I just don't know when. But as soon as I find out, I might even just jump on here and say, hey, there's a new version of software. Go and download it now. But if that happens, I will definitely let you guys know. Gary Hull says, can I hit the like button each time I hear about it? You can hit it all the time, every time you want, Gary. We appreciate you so, so much. Gene Gilstrap says, I need a new hat. Post office stole mine. Oh, Lord. Well, we got to get you a new hat for sure. And we've got some great giveaways coming from XP as well and some other manufacturers too. So we've got a little bit of everything coming. So stay tuned. Make sure you're here for some of those giveaways. Tex Kinsey said it won't fit his big head. Well, Tex, it is adjustable. So maybe you can expand it out good enough. So, yes, Dirt Devil Detecting says Mike is great to work with. Thank you, Dirt Devil Detecting. So, again, Mike Howell, owner of LMS Metal Detecting, definitely can get you hooked up. And he gives service after the sale. If you want to get on the HF2 waiting list, you don't have to put down any money. He can add you to that waiting list. And he's got all kinds of great products that he offers on his store, and he can get you hooked up for sure. Gary, I would have hit that like button a lot because thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate that. The History Digger said, spoke with Delicate swinging the summer. She's a Nocta treasure for sure. Yes, and Delicate she's fun to deal with for sure. Brian Thomas says, Mike from LMS is awesome. Thank you. And I know Mike appreciates those kind words as well. Gary Hull says, I would have had the case of numb thumb pressing the like button so much. Thank you, Gary. We appreciate that. Could there be a new HF2 coil? Well, you never know. Maybe.
No, he's talking about for a giveaway.
I know it's what he's talking about. You never know.
Yeah.
Hey, we're also going to have Michael from the UK, who is the community manager now for XP. So he's going to be coming on. I'm hoping to have him on either next month. So maybe when he comes on, maybe he can have a special giveaway. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. So yes, yeah. History Digger says Michael's tips are golden. They sure are. So Tex Kinsey wants to know, what are the bugs? Well, there's been a few. And again, it's a beta version, which we keep saying, but they are working and improving. And Tex, I don't know if you heard the conversation before we got into all of this, but yeah, people were saying, yeah, there's some bugs in it, but I'm doing great with it. I don't think it's anything that's really over alarming. If you're used to updating your cell phone or whatever, then it's a lot of the same types of stuff, where there's like minor things. It's not anything major. And of course, we've had a lot of success with version 3, and we've had a lot of success with HF2 coil running the beta version 3 software. So we're real excited about it. Does version 3.04 change the black coils much? Well, it does. If you're coming from 2.0, I think it adds a little bit better. To me, it adds a little bit better separation in a lot of those cases. And
I think you get better depth with a lot of the programs also.
Yeah, and I think some of the programs that maybe some of us sort of shied away from when version 1.10 came out and 2.0 came out, I think you're going to find that some of those programs have been vastly improved with the version 3 software. Or that's just my opinion, but that's what I think at that. So we'll see. You guys. But again, if you want to try it. If you don't want to try and you want to wait, that's fine too. But again, I think it puts you ahead of that learning curve when you go into this new software. If you go ahead and put the beta version on there. Bobby Short says, I want Brian to XP hat minus the sunglasses. Take the sunglasses off. I love this hat. And I had this, and I'm probably going to get a couple of these made. This was custom made for me, but I'll see about getting maybe a couple of these too for a giveaway as well, Bobby, if you like that. If you like that hat, it's a pretty cool hat and very comfortable hat too. So again, Prospector's Cash is, to me, the bugs are with VDI. If you're like me and only use sound, that's it, right? And that's what we
right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
The audio to me is just superior in so many ways. And that's what I really like about this machine is the audio. And I think you're not going to be disappointed. Again, I dug that Calvary button. Why did I dig it? It was mainly because of the audio. If I would have really stuck to the VDIs or the target IDs, I would have said, I'm not going to dig that. That's trash. But the audio cued me in on that. And like I said, the previous hole cued me in on that too as well. So again, I think you'll be impressed. Agree. Version 3 software improved LF coils also. Thank you, LC. I appreciate you confirming that. Tex Kinsey says, I like my HF2 coil. Very good, Tex. Well, hopefully you get out there and you find some great things. And we've enjoyed the HF2 coil as well. So very, 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 very nice setup with that HF2 coil. And it makes it lighter, right, Michael?
That's right. It is. It's a lightweight coil. It's easy to swing in tight areas. I'm enjoying it.
Well, I know you're enjoying it because you dug that silver coin right out of the gate with it. Yeah, first time he uses it. What do y'all think about that, guys? The first time he uses it, and he goes out and digs a seated silver quarter, something that you never found that before, right, Michael?
Right. Yes, I found plenty of seated dimes, but never a quarter. So.
Yeah, I just think that's just unbelievable. So anyway, I just want to let's do this real quick, and we'll get going. So, Michael, anything else you wanna share with everybody as we get close to winding up here in the next few?
If you can get your hands on one of these coils, I kind of doubted, it's another coil, but it's seems to be doing some things that that really surprised me as far as finding stuff in iron. It's it really surprised me.
Yeah. You see what the history digger did? He put that. See that hat? He said Brian's hat is bold black, XP logo front and back, sun or rain. He doesn't care. That lucky lid is always there. Coins and relics, deep or flat, they all come beneath that hat. That's so good. And by the way, I don't know
Yeah.
if y'all caught and Michael's got one too.
Yeah.
These
Check
were
'em out.
shared to us by the history digger, and it basically says I may start talking about metal detecting at any time. And I think he's hit the nail on the head with these cups.
Yeah,
That-
thanks, Rob, for sending that. I
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much, Rob. We appreciate Rob, the history digger. He's always a great, great person to deal with and talk with, and a great friend of ours as well.
Yeah, check out his channel.
Oh yeah, check out his channel if you haven't already. Got some great information on there. He is showing the XP HF2 coil as well. So go check out his channel as well. All right, Michael, we need to get to our tip of the week from you. So let's check out Michael's tip of the week. Here it comes. Michael's tip of the week, as always.
Kind of give it's a tip of the week, or kind of some advice as far as the places that we hunt. Me and Brian, when we go to a place, if it's a new place, or we suspect there may be history there, we like to do a little research, and the finds that you make, you can tie it back to the owners, or what may have happened there, as far as if there was a battle there, just whatever happened there in the past of previous owners, and you may be able to find some relics or artifacts that tie in with that, and that makes it fun. Going metal detecting is fun in itself, but being able to put that history with the items that you find is it's special to do that. And we got some finds coming up on some videos here, and we've done some research, and we found out what happened there, and we can tie it into it, and that makes it even more special, the finds that you make. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so that was Michael's tip of the week. Michael, thank you so much for that. And Michael's exactly right. When we go out to some of these sites, we like knowing a little bit of information about the site, and then when we find an artifact that directly relates to the people that live there, maybe we find something with some initials on it. And like I've always said on here, we're about the history first. We love metal detecting, but we love history as well. And we love being able to share history with you guys and tell you guys a little bit about the finds and all of that. And of course, we love the technical side of it as well, talking about the machines and so on, and talking about the equipment that we use. But the history always, to me, comes first over everything, as we love sharing and showing the history and talking about the history. And I've tried to do a little better job of doing it. Of course, I am a history teacher, so it is only natural that I'm going to love the history. But the history comes number one for us. We're not like other YouTubers that might be taking things and selling them. They find them and they sell. We don't sell any of our stuff. Most of our stuff is given back to the landowners, unless they say, hey, we want you to have it. But other than that, what we're doing right now is giving back to the community, giving back to the hobby, and helping try to be good ambassadors and stewards of the hobby as well, especially from the history side of it.
A lot of these places, are making display cases, to display in the homes, the historic homes, and I would rather see that than, a lot of the stuff we find, we keep it. We might look at it every once in a while, but it's great for other people to be able to look at it. And,
right. Yeah. And I know that us putting pictures up here and showing videos is great, but isn't it nice to know that the history is staying right where it was found, and the landowner has something to be proud of, the history of their property. And that gives them something to sort of talk about as well. And that's what we love doing. And it's a lot of fun. And it's very exciting when they get fired up about those types of things too. So we are about the history, and we are about sharing the history with people. And the history always comes first. The metal detecting second, the machines, all the other stuff. But we do love the history, and that's always number one as far as what we do. And when you do things like that, it's going to pay off for you because it's probably going to lead to another site or another place that you can go metal detecting. And Michael's exactly right about, the research and the things that we do really pays off, and we can share those things with other property owners, and they will allow us to hunt because of that, because they know that, hey, we're out here looking for history and sharing that history with them as well. So it's a great thing. And that's what I love about this hobby, especially is the history. And that was a great tip, Michael. The research and learning about a property before you actually go to it can pay huge dividends, especially. So again, that definitely pays off. Ferris Crump says, before you search, research. That's right. He's exactly right. And Surfside Dan is a great steward of the hobby as well. The museum that he created and a few of his friends, and I've actually been hunting there at Hopsawee with Surfside Dan, which is a beautiful location. But you can go see a museum there in Hopsawee, which is in South Carolina on the Santee River. The guy that lived there signed the Declaration of Independence. So you can imagine what that place is like. And go check it out if you're ever in South Carolina. Go see the Hopsawee Museum and know that Surfside Dan and his friends and even I contributed a little bit to those museums as well. And Relics and Rings says, I give most of my finds to the landowners anymore, not like I need a bucket. Well, that's right. I mean, you think about it. I mean, how many buttons can you have? How many, that's just the way it is. So, and Michael knows we've given away priceless artifacts to people just for the simple fact is we wanted the history to stay there. And we always felt good about it, didn't we, Michael?
Yeah. Yeah, because we know where they're going, and we know that they're going to display them, and
Right.
They're going to share the history of the location.
Right. And we got pictures. I mean, we know we found it, and we know that it was fun finding it. Right, Michael?
Pictures and video most of the time.
Yeah, that's right. It's in video and pictures. So we know we're not worried about it. We just go out and have fun. And like I say all the time, it's about having fun and enjoying yourself and enjoying the hobby. And that's what it's all about for most of us, I'm sure. Gary Hull says, Relics and Rings, some owners love that stuff you dig out of their property. And some may not give a rip, and that's fine too. If they don't give a rip, then, I'll keep it or I can donate it to somewhere else that will care about it and so on and share the history. Those are the kinds of things too. Gary Hull says, pictures are worth 1,000 words. Right. Definitely. Yes. So we love doing that. All right, Michael. Well, we've sort of held everybody hostage for this giveaway for a while. What do you think? They had to listen to us for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take a look at this.
Okay.
Well, I'm with you, right? But
I'm going to share this if I can get this screen to share. For some reason, it's acting wonky. Let's see here. It will not. Maybe I got to delete something, Michael. I wanted to share what the backpack looked like. There it is. Okay, so we are going to be giving away, and this is from LMS Metal Detecting. Mike is a great sponsor of our channel. We're going to be giving away this Nocta Detective backpack. And just to read you some of the specs on this bag. And maybe if you don't win, you might want to buy this,
Scroll down to those pictures there, Brian, on the side, and let's take a look at it.
Oh, you want to see the close-up pictures?
Yeah. You got to go to the next picture. Below it. Click on it.
It won't. Yeah, there we go. There's some of the different aspects of it. It comes with a pouch, but a very, very nice backpack. You guys can see it there. Side view. It does have the padded back to it, and really, really nice. There's the front of it. It's got straps across the front. Nice. What were you going to say?
I said it looks really nice.
Oh, it's very nice. I mean, anybody would love to have this. And look at the padding that they put that's up against your back, and it's very The weight distribution on it is really, really, really nice. It comes with a waterproof bag that you put over the top of it to keep it from getting wet. You know, if you're out backpacking or hiking or something, then you can put all your stuff in this and so on. And then there's a little fines pouch type thing that comes with it. And then there's a picture of the backpack on somebody's back. So you guys can see it there. But that's what we're giving away. That is a
925 said, will it hold a manicore? It should hold a manicore if you break it down.
It will hold all detectors is what it says on here. It says it's the ultimate backpack designed by detectors for detectors, whether you're out for a quick scan or on an all-day treasure hunt. This rugged, purpose-built backpack ensures your gear is organized, protected, and always within reach. You can store your detector, extra coils, and all accessories. Attach accessories with modular webbing system. It has a waterproof cover. It even comes with a safety whistle. How about that, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, detachable utility pouch, which I showed you guys, heavy-duty zippers, external loops and straps, padded support system, ergonomic back panel with ventilated airflow channels for heat and moisture control. So there you go. It says it's universal, fits detectors from all major brands. And this is from Nocta. This retails at $100. Mike's got it marked down at 15% off. So again, very, very nice backpack. And we're going to get it, and we're giving away that tonight for free. But it's Mike sells them for $85. He does have them 15% markdown. So again, you're getting a $100 backpack is basically what you're getting. And so there you go. Yes, it is. It's a great looking backpack, Edward G. I saw that too. Yes, it's some very cool swag. And I think Nocta did a great job with this.
Yeah, I do too. It looks great.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Ferris Crump said, does it come fully equipped with gear? Well, not this time, Ferris Crump, but maybe when Nocta comes on, if you win this backpack, maybe you can win some gear from Nocta when they come on, and you can put it in that backpack. So, and Nocta makes great products, and we've talked about Nocta. We feel like these new PI machines are going to be really, really cool, and we also feel like that they are coming with something really special in the future, maybe to replace the Legend. So stay tuned for that. But again, Nocta is making some really, really fine stuff, and this backpack looks really, really good. Somebody, Relative Reese says, comes with all the wall behind it. No, it doesn't come with all those detectors. But I enjoy all those detectors, and I've used all of them, believe me.
You like Rob's comment there, Brian?
What did he say? What did Rob say? If you take it to a call, you can hide behind it on camera, right? You guys that know what's going on with social media would understand.
That's a good one.
Yeah, sure. So how do you win it? Well, here's the number one requirement is you got to be a subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber, you're not going to win this, and I'll move on to somebody else. So you definitely have to be a subscriber to the channel. You had to have had to hit that like button tonight. I can go back and check, so don't think I won't. You had to have hit that like button tonight, so go hit that like button. Go hit it. Share it with a friend. Tell them to hit the like button, whatever it may be. And go check out Mike's store and check out his webpage, which is scrolling across the bottom. And that's really it. And you have to be present here tonight in order to win. So we're going to Tex Kinsey says that beats his carpenter apron. Definitely would. Yeah. And you can go for long hikes with this thing. I mean, even if you just want to organize your stuff, this will be a great backpack to have. We're also giving away a fines pouch, and we're giving away a premium digger with it as well to help you out with your journey. And this is all done by LMS Metal Detecting, who is a great sponsor and supporter of the channel. So definitely go. Yes, Digging Deuces, you can carry a lot of beer in that. But you can't put ice on it, Digging Dude. You're going to drink hot beer? He might use the waterproof pouch or the waterproof case to put the ice in and put the beer in and get in there, knowing him. So Anyway, we're gonna be giving this away tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. We really appreciate everyone being here. Please go check out our content on the channel. We've got so much on there, some great hunts, some great information on tons and tons of different machines, equipment, so on. So you can go check those things out. So go check out our channel. We would appreciate that. Subscribe if you're new here tonight. We would really appreciate that too as well. Hit that like button. And again, all of that helps us. And we appreciate Mike from LMS Metal Detecting making this giveaway happen tonight. And we're going to have another giveaway coming up in the next couple of weeks from XP. We're going to also be giving away a brand new XP 240 backpack when we have Jess, the detectorist from UK, coming on, and we will have her on, and we're going to be giving away a prize that night. So definitely make sure you're here in the next couple of weeks, and you're here for all the shows coming up too as well, as you never know what's going to happen on here and what kind of giveaways we might have. You never know. You've already seen we got some new XP hats in. And so I really like these hats. I like them better than the red and black ones. Don't you, Michael?
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So, yes. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for us. We appreciate you so much for being here tonight. And thank you, everyone, for being here. So, Michael, what do you think?
Let's go hashtag LMS.
Hashtag LMS. I like it, Michael. I like it. Hashtag LMS. Yeah, let's get that going. So here it comes. And we're going to put that up on the screen. Hashtag LMS. Real simple. I like it, Mike. So let's stop that screen. Let's share our other screen, Michael. Our giveaway tool. There we go. We got 9 people in here, Michael. Remember, if you do win tonight, don't forget, you got to send me your email address, please, and send me your mailing address, please, and a phone number as well if you win this. So hashtag LMS. Again, we appreciate Mr. Mike Heil donating this tonight, but make sure that you do that. I'm going to put my email address up here for you guys to send me your email and your email address, your mailing address, and a phone number. So you have to do all 3 of those things. Please make sure that you do. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. So again, you guys that are here have the opportunity to win, and this is a great giveaway from LMS Metal Detecting and from Nocta. And again, we appreciate LMS for a great giveaway tonight. And share our channel with your friends. Let them know, hey, this is a channel where you can come on. We have fun. We talk metal detecting. We show finds. We try to make everybody part of the conversation too. We don't just sit up here and yap. We love hearing from you guys. And again, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Michael, what do you got planned? You got any metal detecting adventures going on with you up in North Carolina?
I may try to go tomorrow. I know I got a party to go to around noon tomorrow, but I may try to go tomorrow afternoon if the weather, I think we got a 60 or 70% chance of rain tomorrow, so I have to see how that goes.
Right. Well, we got now, guys. You can only enter one time, so once you enter one time, I see some people posting. They're posting in there. It'll only let you enter once. Josh posted like 20 times. It's a great backpack, though. It sure is. So you only
got 50 entries.
Yeah. Bubba Smith says, can you send some cool weather down to Louisiana?
That's what we're waiting on too, Bubba.
Some cool weather to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Josh is hitting it up. And Cleotis is too. you only can enter in once, guys. Yes, thank you, Ferris Crump. Hit that like button. while you're waiting. Right. That definitely helps our channel out. We appreciate you guys. And hopefully you got some great information tonight. I know we talked a lot about fines. We talked a lot about settings. I know we talked about the HF2, a lot about the coil, what Michael and I have been seeing running the coil. And, you know, I appreciate you guys listening tonight and being a part of our show. We always have a great time on here, and hopefully you'll come back the next time too and join with us as well. So again, thank y'all so much. We're up to 50.
Yeah, we've been on 50 for a while. So.
Yeah. Let's see if anybody else jumps in here. We got 67 on here, so not everybody did it. So maybe they don't need that backpack, Michael. Yeah. So we'll see if we can get to 51. We'll give a few more minutes. Bubba Smith says, I'm heading to Montana in August. Right. It'll probably be cooler out there than it will be in Montana.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes. Charles Turner says, I need that coil for here in the Outer Banks. Yes, it's a great coil. And Surfside Dan uses it on the beach, and he's had a lot of great success with it out on the beach as well. So, again, Edward G says, guess not. I don't know. I might have missed the first part. So anyway, Edward G says, guess not. I don't know. He's heading to the beach in the morning. Very good, Edward G. All right. Bears Crump says Coldplay. We know what that's about, Ferris Crump.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, Steve Salmon says, great show, guys. Thank you, Steve. Share the channel. Get some more people on here. Hit that like button. Subscribe. We appreciate that. That helps us out so much. And, again, hopefully we shared some information that you guys can take out into the field and something that can help you become successful on your next metal detecting adventure. Tex Kinsey says, I don't know how to hit that like button. You just hit the thumbs up button, Tex. You can do it. Is he being sarcastic? Thank you, Tex. We appreciate you. Thank you, Prospectors Cash. We appreciate you, buddy. Prayers, thoughts, and prayers. Hopefully things are getting a lot better for you. Wilton925 says, is there a website that lists all the seeded hunts coming in October of 20 or occurring in 2026? We try to share some of those things on our Facebook page, but you guys can go over there and check. We share some coming hunts that are all throughout the United States, so you can go over there and check it out too, Wilton. If you don't see it, anywhere else. So we do try to share those things. Yes, thank you, Dig and Dude. We appreciate it. We appreciate you, buddy, for all of your support. So, Michael, looks like we're stuck in on 50. What do you think?
Yep, let's roll it and see who's the winner. That's great.
Steve says, enjoyed the show, but still waiting on HF2 coil. Well, you're not the only one. There are not many of those coils in the States. I'm just going to be honest with you guys, but just be patient. Like I said, hopefully this tariff increase, maybe they get all this stuff worked out. So don't get too worked up about it yet until it happens. That's always been my motto, but we'll see. We'll see what goes on there for sure. Brian Thomas says, awesome show as always. Thank you so much, Buzzsaw. Definitely a great show and informative. Thank you, Buzzsaw. That's why we're here, and that's why we do what we did. Old Timer 50 says, thanks so much, guys. We appreciate you, Old Timer. Thank you so much. Gary Hull says, you can put me in twice if you need to get to 51. There's a lot of people who like to get in there twice. They'll only let you do one. All right, Michael, you ready?
Let's do it. Let's see who
Let's
wins.
do this. And remember, if you win, don't forget, you have got to send me your mailing address, and you've got to send me a phone number. And, of course, I'll get your email address if you email me. But it's sransc@gmail.com, and it's up there. Let's do the drawing, Michael. Let's see who is going to be lucky tonight. And this is a fabulous prize. And I would be excited if I won this. I know you would be too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I sure would. That's a nice pack.
Super, super nice backpack for sure. So let's get this party started. And we appreciate you, Jason Brock. Thank you so much. He says, great listening to you guys. So thank you so much, Jason. All right, Michael, here we go. Who's going to be the lucky winner tonight? Dirt Devil Detecting. How about that? Way to go, Dirt Devil Detecting. Always a supporter of our channel. He just got a new machine, so now he's going to have a new backpack to actually put that new machine into, and it is a wonderful backpack. And Dirt Devil Detecting, all you got to do is share me your mailing address. I know you won maybe one time before, but I don't believe I have it. But anyway, send it to me again. I know I bought some things from you too, so send it to me again, and we'll get you hooked up. Dirt Devil Detecting, congratulations! That is a super, super prize that you just won, and something that you can take out and use, and share it on your channel. Let them know, hey, this is where I want it at, and we would appreciate that as well. So congratulations to Dirt Devil Detecting. Thank you so much for being here tonight. So, Michael, I guess that's a wrap.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I guess it is a wrap. So, guys, again, thank y'all for being here tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you are special to us. It really helps us when you guys are here. You show up regularly. We try to show up regularly for you guys. We got some great guests. We got some great giveaways coming in the future. So definitely check out the channel. Go check out the content that we have available. A lot of great hunts, a lot of great shorts, instructional videos. All those types of things are there for you guys. So go check us out. We really appreciate it. And we hope that you guys will come back again for our next live stream, which will be next Friday night. And then we will have another one coming up the following Friday. And we're going to have Detecting with Jess from the UK. She's going to come on, talk about her usage of the XP-2. And we're going to have a great giveaway that night with her being on. It's going to be a nice, beautiful XP backpack that we're going to be giving away on that night. So definitely come and check us out on that night. And I hope everyone has a fantastic and wonderful weekend. Remember, if you're going out there, stay hydrated, stay cool, and go out there and find some amazing things. And we are looking forward to being with you guys again next Friday night. So thank you guys so, so much. And we will catch you guys soon on our next adventure. Thanks a lot for being here. We will see you soon. Stay tuned for some great content. The Calvary Button video is coming. And you guys got to see it first and hear live tonight. So, again, stay tuned for that video. Some amazing finds done by Michael and I. And we're real excited to share those finds with you guys. So, stay tuned for that. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care, and we will see you soon on our next
Have a great weekend, guys.